we are in line for some coffee. It's been a rainy day for the past few days. I am at Dutch Bros and I cannot wait to get my coffee. I'm getting a dulce de leche. Hi friend, I rolled out of bed, literally, and didn't even look in the mirror and decided to just come grab my coffee so I can sit and chat with you guys for a little bit. I've been having some sips. I got the dulce de leche, which I think it's in their summer menu. It is so good. Ever since I moved to Texas, I'm like, okay, Dutch Bros is so good. They did open one in North Carolina, my sister was telling me, and that's amazing. I also brought a little brush to just sort of brush my face. It really helps with the lymphatic drainage and just to depuff your face, and it feels really, really good. So but anyways, you guys, I was reflecting on my journey here on this channel, and I cannot believe that I have been here for more than 13 years, because it was like even before I was pregnant with my first child, and he is now a little bit over 13. In fact, probably the first video is like the heartbeat that I have when I was 7 weeks pregnant with him. I took a bunch of videos down a few years ago. I don't know why, like sometimes I'll get these like ideas of like I just have to close up and not show my, I don't know, like I just want to like leave and like close everything. But I think it's just when I'm pivoting into something different, and I think that's what's happening now. I've not been posting vlogs, but I've been doing little vlogs and reels and TikToks and sort of sharing. I feel like it's like art, sharing my art in that way, the way you, anything that, yeah, I saw a little Instagram like thing that was like everything is art. The way you write, the way you do things is your art, you know, you put your flavor to it. So even the way the edit, the way how small, how big the font is, what I do, like how I, you know, present it to the world and upload it. But yeah, I was reflecting on if I wanted to start a new YouTube channel, because I have changed so much since I started posting these vlogs, and I've done this a couple of times, and I, you know, every time I come to the answer, this time again, to no, just pivot, and you know, whoever wants to stay stays, and whoever wants to go. And I want to continue doing vlogs and things, but share more of me than I have in the past. And what I was reflecting is that it's usually like it's such a, for like my inner work, it's such a great learning experience, even just seeing how I show up on camera, where I hold back and why. And you know, just as I was sort of sitting with that of like where I hold back in certain things, and it has been out of fear of like little things, you know, like, well, little things that tend to be big things, but of people that I know, like extended family or friends or just like acquaintances, right? That I'm like, no, I don't want to be judged. I don't want, you know, their opinions that are not for my highest good, or you know, those kind of things. But then I'm like, you know what? I will just alchemize that stuff. And now I am at a much different place to sit with those sort of things. So it's all good, and I am here, and not only am I here, I'm going to be sharing more of me. I just feel so called to, like, now is the time to really just go all in, you know. I don't know actually if that will make sense to you guys, but it makes sense to me, and it makes me really happy. I was also thinking, I don't know if I've shared this before, but I have been vlogging before vlogging was a thing, before YouTube existed. You know, those huge cameras that first came out. My dad always had one, and then, you know, they got a little bit smaller and smaller. But even when they were like handheld, when I was in high school, and I think middle school, I wouldn't just do like little home videos. I realized that I was narrating a lot of the things that I was doing as if it was a blog before I even knew people would do that, like later on in future on YouTube and post it, you know? So there I am, like narrating and sharing it as if it's like, I don't know, it's just natural, you know? So that's, you know, something that I think about. But yeah, I can't wait to just do like a new banner and new profile photo and like new way of editing my thumbnails that feels more alive and inviting. I've been really having fun doing editing the reels, like those type of vlogs that's like really fast paced, but I think my thing is just slower and with more intention. And even in the way that I consume content, I want to hear the inflection, the size, the people, you know, coming up with a thought. But yeah, anyways, my back has been hurting so much lately. I am still breastfeeding my little one, and I am getting close to, well, I keep saying like the 2-year mark, but yeah. Anyways, what else did I want to share with you guys? A little bit about me and what's going on since I last uploaded. I know I uploaded like a few 30-second clip videos, but I am now living in McAllen, Texas. Or yeah, I mean everything. It's basically like the valley, right? 956. And I have been experiencing so much culture shock. I lived here when I was about from 9 to 17-ish, around there, and everybody spoke Spanish. It was like the radio everywhere I go, to every single business, usually the language that I am being asked for my order or, you know, greeted is in Spanish, which is insane to me. Like every single gym class that I've gone to is in Spanish. I want to do a separate video, honestly, of all of the just things that I'm just like, what? It's becoming a little bit more normal now, but I've been here for, when did we move here? At the end of March. So April, May, and now we're in June, so 2 months-ish. Still feels super new. So yeah, I lived here, and I guess you could say I grew up here from 9 to 17. Then I moved to North Carolina from 17 to 38. So yeah, right? Because I'm 40 now, guys. That's so crazy. My vlogs were when I was like 25, around there. But wow. Yeah, so when I moved away to North Carolina, I experienced so much culture shock because I was like, why is nothing in Spanish? Like the food, the people, the warmth, it was so different. And then I guess I got super used to it, because coming back, I can just tell you so many stories. I was like, I experienced culture shock again, just so much. Like, and even if things are not in Spanish, the pronunciation of the words is like so close to being correct, versus starting with my name. Like, it's so crazy. Excuse me, I'll just tell you a little short story about that. When I moved to North Carolina, I would pronounce my name the way it's supposed to be pronounced, Alma. And at school, every single time I would pronounce it, it would be like someone trying to pronounce it back to me because they thought it sounded really weird. And it would turn into this very long interaction of like, well, where are you from, and why did you move here, and it was like I was starting to share my life and my journey a lot faster than I wanted to with a complete stranger that was not sharing anything about themselves. But I was immediately questioned because, well, why are you saying your name like that? You know? And then they were trying to practice, and I did that a lot until I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so over it. It goes the same way every single time. that I started to change it. I started to change the way I introduced myself and said my name, and started pronouncing it in a way that could be pronounced by others. So I started introducing myself as Alma, right? Years and years past, I literally forgot that that's the way I was pronouncing it, as if that carried energy with it of that was me. I forgot what it felt to identify with Alma versus Alma. So when I started dating my now husband, we came to McAllen, or I came to McAllen and to visit him because he was here, and I went to go get a coffee with him. And I remember that we got to the register, and I say, they were like, oh yeah, what's your name, for the coffee, and I pronounced my name Alma, because the interaction was in English. And I remember my husband looking at me like, why are you saying it like that? That is so weird. Like, why are you pronouncing it like that? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, it didn't click. And then I was like, oh, Alma. And the girl's like, oh, Alma. But then continued the conversation in English. So it's like it dawned on me that I had not been pronouncing my name, the way that I had always heard my entire life, and the way that my name was given to me. And in order to not make other people be out of their comfort zone and try to pronounce it correctly, I instead started pronouncing it in a way that was not native to me. So anyways, that it baffles me that all the names, and even because this Texas was Mexico, everything is in Spanish. But yeah, there's just so many things I could share about that. But the food, what else? The heat, the palm trees, I had completely forgotten about them. But yeah, all of that to say that I am now living here. I don't know if this is like my forever home, if I will be here for a very long time. We'll see. But for now, I am running around like a tourist because I love doing that. My parents have taught me well in experiencing everything with the eyes of wonder and like something new and exciting, and I always do that in every single place I live. So I'm excited to discover what coffee shops and just little things that it has to offer. I always think, I was having this conversation with my sister, that no matter where you're from, people always want to leave. They're always like so over it. Like, there's always gonna be people that are like just annoyed and over it and whatever. But every place has its gems, and every place, if you see it through the eyes of someone new, you would be a little bit more I don't know if excited is a word, but a little bit more just have a little bit, maybe excitement is the word. Have a little bit more excitement in your walk, in your step, in your waking up, and being like, like when you go on vacation, and it's that feeling of lightness, and it's that feeling of like, we get to discover something new today, we get to just like be so free and light. You can create that feeling where you live now. And you may think, wait, but there's nothing actually where I live. There's always going to be something, and it's you who creates the magic, the whimsy. It's the way, again, the way you make, I don't know if I share this already or not, but the way that you make art. I think I'm going to leave it there, you guys, and I'll share a little bit more later on. I'm going to head home to my little baby now, and get the day started.